Most homes that are hitting the market today are selling in multiple offers. Sellers often have a difficult decision to make because they're trying to choose between 5, 10, 20 offers and identify the best one. Is price everything? No, there are plenty of other factors. Understandably, most sellers are going to have their eye on the sale price as the most important factor, and it often can be. But their focus should also be on making sure that it is an airtight deal. I've got 3 things that people should concentrate on when they're evaluating offers on their home. The first one is the inspection contingency. These days, with multiple offers, there are people out there as buyers who are waiving the inspection contingency and just saying, you know what, we don't need an inspection, we're going to roll the dice with any problems on the home. The next level below that would be people who are doing a walkthrough inspection during their showing, or maybe a second showing before they write an offer, and then waiving the contingency. So the buyer has an understanding of generally what may be wrong with the house, but don't get into real depth about it. The third factor would be to do a pass-fail inspection. So they tell the seller that they are going to just have an inspection so that they can understand if there are any catastrophic issues. They're not going to ask for any repairs, but they have the ability to walk away if there is a major foundation crack, or if there is something that really jeopardizes their enjoyment of the home. The benefits to the seller are that the buyer has fewer opportunities to renegotiate or even remove themselves from the deal. The second factor that I think is really important for sellers to focus on is downside for appraisals. So every bank who's lending on a property is going to have an appraisal on that home to make sure it's actually worth what the buyer is willing to pay for it. Now, in a rising market, we're finding that often appraisals can come in low. Who's going to make up that difference? Are we back to renegotiating, or is the buyer willing to step up and eat that gap between appraisal and sale price? There are various measures to make up that gap. Traditionally, the two parties have met in the middle. Today, in a seller's market, the buyer is often on the hook to pick up more of that gap. And sometimes buyers are writing into their contracts that they're willing to pick up any of that appraisal gap. Or they might say that they're willing to pick up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 of a potential appraisal gap. The third thing that a seller and their agent should concentrate on is the qualification of the buyer. Just because somebody says that they're willing to offer the moon doesn't mean they're necessarily well qualified for it. So the agent should talk with the lender and make sure the buyer is really well qualified, probably for even a higher number, and that their employment is secure. Another thing that's really important, and I've seen more and more lately, is that the buyers are actually not only pre-approved, pre-qualified, but they've been put through underwriting already. So they've met almost all of the qualifications to buy that home, and that makes the deal much, much more secure and more likely to close. Does that mean that a seller should accept an offer that's cash, that's significantly lower than some of the other offers there? No, I don't think so at all. I see cash as more of a tiebreaker. If everything is equal in the offer, then cash is certainly better. But with appraisal shortfall clauses, cash becomes a little less important. If you know of anybody who's going to be selling their home and is wondering how to navigate the whole process, please share this video with them. I hope it would be helpful. And if you'd like to, please comment below with any other ideas and questions. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.